welcome back to Momina's Mixed Plate. And we're in the throes of the third wave of COVID-19. And as you can see from my interview set, we're back at home. Like, I thought I would be able to get back into the studio or be on set in person to do these interviews. But my segment today is really interesting because I have Maria Memon in, well, my collective studio with me, and her studio and my studio. And we're going to be talking about, as two professional women in journalism, we're going to be talking about freedom of speech. Like, we're going to be talking about a lot of like mental health stuff that like social media trolling has taken on both of us. And kind of, I come from a print journalism background. Maria comes from an electronic journalism background, and now I moved to digital space. So it's a really interesting thing to see two women from different perspectives of the same career and the same trajectory of a profession, and how things are different and how things are the same. So Maria doesn't need any introduction. You guys see her on TV pretty much weekly, and her Instagram is quite popping, and like she's really interactive over there, and I really enjoy her Instagram, and I've been following her for a while. So I thought it would be a good thing to bring her on. But so welcome, Maria, on MMP.
Thank you, Momina, for having me over and for giving this very nice introduction.
You're most welcome. I wish that we were in person so we could play off of each other's energy and like all of that, but it is what
it's always better in person.
Yeah. So I want to dive right into our conversation. So the first thing I want to talk to you about is that as a professional journalist, in your opinion, has the landscape of journalism changed since you started? And how so for you particularly?
It has actually, Momina. I think when I started back in 2008, things were very different. Media had reclaimed a lot of space in terms of, if you say, how to put across their opinion about strong and taboo subjects. उस वक्त जो programming हो रही थी, it was far more bolder. The topics that we were choosing were far more riskier. A lot of infotainment programming that you would see from that time, उसमें कुछ ऐसे social issues के बारे में भी बात कर रहे थे जो शायद इन पे बात करने से हम घबराते हैं, या हमारे इस मुआशरे की सेंसिटिविटी ज्यादा हाई हो गई है. और मैं इनमें अक्रॉस द बोर्ड पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज हैं, नॉन पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज हैं, मुल्लाज हैं, उन सब की जो सेंसिटिविटीज हैं अब वो बहुत ज्यादा बढ़ गई हैं, बिकॉज व्हेन दे सी अ डिफरेंट ओपिनियन कमिंग फ्रॉम समवन ऑन टेलीविजन, दे रिएक्ट मोर स्ट्रांगली नाउ. आई एम श्योर पीपल मस्ट हैव फेल्ट अ लॉट ऑफ pressures at that time too, but I think definitely the space for having a decent political or social discourse has completely changed. कुछ issues पे जब हम पहले बहुत खुलकर बात करते थे, अब हम वो नहीं कर सकते. Sometimes we choose ourselves कि हम वो topic ना choose करें या उस पे बात ना करें. And sometimes we just know, यार इस वक्त मैंने ये पंगा नहीं लेना. This is not the right time to pick this fight. Probably wait for it, for later. So yes, this transformation, I think I have personally felt.
Acha, okay, taking the conversation a little forward, like I think you've answered a bit of the question, but do you think in recent years, the parameters and the limitations to the freedom of speech, have they loosened or have they tightened? Because I have my own opinion on this and what I feel has happened or is happening in our country.
I think it differs from issue to issue. And it's a very interesting perspective that I'm going to give you कि अगर वही issue आज suit करता है powerful लोगों को, so it's all right to be very strong voiced about it. 3 साल बाद हालात change हो, similar issue, if it does not suit certain people who are calling the shots, be it anybody, I'm going to keep it very vague.
Yeah, keep it vague.
So फिर वो issue जो है, then it's not okay to talk about it. So there's no clear answer कि क्या हम इसके बारे में बात कर सकते हैं या आपको इजाजत है. 3 साल पहले हम उसके बारे में बात शायद ना कर सकते हो, आज उन हालात में हम उसके बारे में बात कर सकते हैं. So it is so specific at times, and sometimes you don't get it. Oh my God, how was that okay then? It's not okay now. ये politically developments के बारे में, social और देखो कुछ issues के ऊपर there's and देखो उसमें कुछ issues के बारे में we know where we stand, like inciting violence, never, you can't do it at किसी भी कोई तौजी नहीं है. Standing with the constitution always and always, this is something that you cannot have any two opinions about. You can't choose sides उस बारे में. You do stand with your constitution. So कुछ चीजें तो आपको पता है कि यार ये तो बिल्कुल जैसे वो 10 commandments की तरह, this is carved on that rock. But बाकी issues के ऊपर there's a lot of room for flexibility.
Okay, so I mean, I worked in fashion and lifestyle entertainment, which is considered very like fluff material by a lot of people, but there's still a lot of governing rules and regulations that you have to kind of follow. No matter, I've also felt it कि मेरी भी career के अंदर आपके पास एक establishment होती है. आप no matter किधर काम कर रहे हो, एक organizational establishment है और उनका एक narrative है और उनका एक बहुत strong narrative है और उस narrative को आपने uphold karna as a journalist. So then you're two people. One is you as an entity of your own, and one is you as the journalist working for that particular organization. And log kehte hain ki wo media bika hua hai. To a certain extent, logon ki baat sahi bhi hoki, har media or outlet ka ek narrative hai. What I want to ask you is ki where does that point of view, the point of view of the establishment, differ from your thinking? कहाँ पे उनका point of view खत्म होता है और आपका शुरू होता है? And how do you deal with the clash? Because I felt some very major repercussions and real like earth-quaking shocks to my career when I stood up against that particular establishment.
That's a very good question, and anybody who's listening to us right now, especially the girls who are coming up for journalists, be it men or female. One lesson that I've learned is that choose and pick your battles very wisely. We fight our editorial battles every day. Sometimes we win, sometimes we lose. And the day when we lose, it's all right, because you need to retain that space so that when tomorrow comes, you'll be able to push back on some other things that you think it's very close to your heart. Some people might think, oh, हम इसके बारे में हमारे points से clash कर रहा है और हमें इसके बारे में बात नहीं करने दी. If you think that you feel very strongly about it, then do not touch that topic. If you think that your opinions on that particular day do not align to a certain image or that expects you to take that position, that's all right. You can leave that ball. कभी कहते हैं ना cricket में well left करते हैं. It's all right. And sometimes we do it because there will be a window, if not today, when you're going to, sort of slip in your opinion about that. This is a very practical advice that I'm giving you.
Acha, before we go and we wrap this up, tell me, I want to know one really funny moment in the newsroom, like anything that kind of pops out, like some interesting story that you can share. And one advice that you would kind of like, one take back from your career that you would like to share with girls or boys, like whoever's kind of coming into journalism or wants to pursue it on any spectrum of it, like, from electronic to digital to print, on YouTube, on TV, whatever, like however they want to kind of pursue it, like what's that one take back for you?
Okay, so I'll answer your second question first. I think my one take back would be stay authentic. Don't try to copy someone because that person already exists. If you want to be a China copy of that person, that won't work because audience already have that original person to look up to. And this is because this is the mistake I did when I came into the field. When I would see these accomplished women, I said, I want to be like her. Oh my God, the way she speaks, I'll probably modify my personality just to be as awesome as that person. But that was wrong. And after few months, when I figured out that who I am, my authentic self, that needs to be displayed on screen. And if people love her, fair enough. If they don't, let them, reject me if they don't think. And thank God, it's my 12th year. People, sort of embrace me for who I am. So that's my only takeaway. Don't try to copy someone. And also, there are no shortcuts. Easy come, easy go. If you'll be viral one day, next day world will forget about you, and then you'll feel this deep, sense of what do you say? Of being ignored after so much attention. You don't want that. You want to be lambi race ka ghoda. I think one of the incidents that really changed my perspective and about life was back then when there was a bomb blast in Karachi. And at the same time, there was this match happening between Pakistan and South Africa, which Pakistan was going to win. And so my producer in my, IFB says, Maria, in 50 seconds, we're going to announce that Pakistan has won this match. So, they give you this 30, 40 seconds timeline so that you can prepare your sentences, what you're going to say. And then there's this counter that, Maria, we're going on air, 15 seconds, 14 seconds, 13 seconds. And in 10th second, he says, Maria, Karachi mein bomb blast ho gaya aur humne wahan pe jana hai. And your whole mood of that jubilation and that happiness, you have to switch it off in 10 seconds. And hum aapko Karachi le jate hain, jahan pe ek afsosnak khabar aati hai. And that 20 seconds sort of changed my life as a presenter, as a person, It was a very powerful moment where you have to announce deaths of, dozens of people, where you were supposed to announce this really happy moment where your team is winning just within the span of 20 seconds. I think that tells you a lot about life. And that was quite an educational moment.
Things change.
Yeah. That's how. Yeah.
But anyways, thank you so much for taking out the time and speaking with me and talking about some really interesting topics. I had a really, really interesting time talking to you, and I wish you all the best. And I hope you enjoyed your time here as well, on this very short, fast-paced segment with me.
And I'm going to end our conversation with complimenting you about your ratings. I said कि हम ऐसी fluffy बातें end में करेंगे, पहले हम serious बातें करें, because women get judged a lot for what they're wearing and how they're presenting themselves. I said I'm going to say that last. Love your ratings.
Thank you so much. They're actually local. They're a company that's making I'll send you a link to them. Yeah. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the segment. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you can be part of the Mominas Mixed Plate family. Please stay at home. Stay safe. The third wave of I think Maria is gone, but the third wave of COVID-19 is really, really, really scary. So get yourself vaccinated, and hopefully I'll be able to bring the content to you even with more frequency very soon. And you guys take care of yourself, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.